In this video, we will have a look at exports in Chintaro. We can use exports when we want to take data out of Chintaro and use it in a separate data analysis tool such as Excel, where it can be manipulated as required. It can also be used when we want to take data out of Chintaro and import it into another system. All search screens in Chintaro will have an export button, which we can use to get an export quickly and easily. If we wanted to get a quick export of our tenants' balances, for example, from the home screen, we go into Finance and Tenancy Balances. When we open this screen, we see the Export button at the top here. When we click this, we see the data is exported to Excel exactly how it appeared on the Chintaro screen. However, we can now use this data outside of Chintaro. If we close this spreadsheet and go back to the home screen in Chintaro, we also have a section with many other specific exports if we click on Reports and Exports and then Exports. The export screen is similar to reports, but there are a few key differences. We still have the same categories here: client, finance, property and maintenance, tenancies, and waiting list. But when we click on an export category, for example, clients, we see the exports we can run are on the right-hand side here. When we select an export, for example, all clients currently housed, we see the included fields appear on the left. We're going to create an export, either a CSV file or a spreadsheet, and it's going to have a column for each of these fields. Seeing these included fields allows us to know which fields will be in the export and will help us find the specific export we're looking for. On the right, we see the section that enables us to export this data to a file or just to open in Excel now. If we want to export this data to a file, we can enter a file name in this section and then select where we want to save it. We'll click the box with the 3 dots and save it somewhere on our PC. We'll select a folder we've created for exports on my desktop. We then select which format we want to use. CSV format is the default format, as Excel and many financial systems read this type of file, so it is generally the best to use. If we want formatted text, we can select one of the Excel workbook formats, and we also have a PDF option. When we click Export to File, this will create a file called Currently Housed in our Chintaro Exports folder. Most of the time, we will just want to open the spreadsheet in Excel immediately, and to do this, we skip past this whole section and click Open in Excel Now. This opens an Excel spreadsheet with the columns that are in the Included Fields section. There are a lot more columns in exports than paper-based reports because you can only fit so much on a paper-based report. So if we're looking for a lot of information or things that aren't on reports, we can usually find them in exports and use Excel to sort and filter the data. We'll close this spreadsheet now and not save it. If we click on the Finance category and we have a look at the Transactions Bank export, we will see additional export criteria at the bottom of the screen here. We can run this export for a specific bank account, payment book ID, program, and/or region. We also need to specify the date range for this export, and on this occasion we'll run the export for the month of December 2018, entering the transaction start date as the 1st of December 2018 and the end date as the 31st of December 2018, and then click Open in Excel Now. Let's close this export now and not save it. Some exports won't let us open in Excel now, and we'll need to save them to a file. This is because of the way they're written. If this is the case, you will get a message explaining that the export requires user input and cannot be run directly to Excel. Please select Export to File when this occurs. Just like reports, there are many exports we can run, and if you're looking for commonly used exports, please visit the Chintaro support portal and look for the article Commonly Used Exports. Alternatively, if you're having trouble finding any exports, please contact Chintaro support so we can help you find what you're looking for.